Hey there everybody, welcome to the channel. We have a really cool filter to go over today. We're talking about a filter set for the DJI Air 3S drone. And we were sent these from K&F Concept. I'm very appreciative of that, and I appreciate them sending it out. Now, this will only be my opinion of it, how it worked out, and they have no control over my views of this. Let's talk about real quick why you might want a ND filter for on your Air 3S. Now, if you're flying this and you want to take the correct exposure and you're also shooting in log, you're going to be shooting at a higher ISO for your base, and you don't want to be on auto. If you leave it on auto, your shutter angle is going to be all out of whack. You might be at like 1/600, 1/700, something like that. That's not the way it should be. So if you're shooting like 30p footage, you should have a shutter speed of like 120. If you're shooting at 30, you should have a shutter speed of like 160. That way, whenever your motion is in the frame, it will be smoother and it'll feel more organic and you'll have a higher quality to it. Now, first things first, this is one of the filters from the Nano X line, and if you've ever used K&F Concept filters before, you would know the Nano X is like, you know, tip of the top quality from them. So let's unbox this thing real quick and see what we got in here. And one of the first things they include is a little lens cloth. Now, I did not take it out originally, but I will now because the bags kind of rip apart. And, you know, normal microfiber, no name cloth, which is fine, you know, it's fine. But I do recommend keeping the cloth in your bag whenever you're out shooting with your drone, because the front of the lens, or the filters, or just a normal cover you have on there, if you don't think about it, you might forget that you're flying through the air at 40 miles an hour, and you get a lot of dust and debris around the corners inside there. So it's good to always have this on there and keep it clean. And real quick, on the outside of the box here, we'll just talk about this for 2 seconds. It says it's 8K Ultra HD, which is cool, but the Air 3S does not shoot 8K, shoots 4K 120 as a max. It says multi-layer coating. I'm not really sure how that pertains to anything. And it says waterproof, which is nice. I guess that just means that if you're flying through some heavy mist or fog, the moisture won't get past the seal into the camera. But obviously, if it's raining or something, which you really shouldn't be flying in, it can still get around here where it connects on. So it's not like, it's not a rubberized seal. And it also says anti-scratch coating on the filter, which, I mean, that is good, but you have to remember, if you're flying this and you hit something, I don't think an anti-scratch coating is really going to help you. You're probably going to be in some trouble. This kit comes with a ND 8 and 16 and a CPL. It has a pretty nice little foam box that it comes in, and they stay put pretty nicely. And there's obviously the same shape as what comes off the drone. So whenever you take the stock cover off, you can put it in here and put, you know, the ND or CPL on, and leave it in here. And to take the stock cover off, it's actually incredibly easy. All you have to do is grab it with one hand and then twist it the other way, and it pops right off, and it has 4 little feet that go inside little slots to hold it in place. And the stock cover, okay, it's plastic. There's really nothing to it, with a little piece of acrylic glass. And the K&F filters themselves are aluminum framed, not this plastic. They're a little more rugged than what comes on the camera itself. And whenever you go to put your stock one back on, don't put it on upside down, because some of those feet still line up a little bit to make you think you're putting it on. Just make sure the DJI logo is in the top left whenever you go to put it back on, because it's even happened to me. You'll be trying to put it on, you'll be in a hurry, and you can't figure out why it's not going on, and you'll want to force it, and you don't want to do that because you might accidentally break some tabs. while you're putting a filter on or off, make sure that you support and hold the gimbal and camera with one hand while twisting with the other. You don't want to accidentally damage the gimbal. Let's talk about examples from the ND filters, okay? So whenever you're flying with these, make sure that you are cleaning them before you put them on, so you don't want any smudges or something on there. Like just looking at this, I already see a smudge that I missed. So make sure that they are clean before you fly. You don't want to have a really nice shot be messed up because you have a fingerprint on there. So now that we know how to put the filters on the drone itself, okay, let's talk about the situations where you might want to use each one of them. So for ND8, it's a pretty soft ND filter for the most part. You're probably going to be stuck to that on like overcast days or relatively cloudy days. And any days that are like bright blue sky or bright snow especially, you're going to be at ND16. So as alluded to in the beginning of the video, the reason why you want to use an ND filter is whenever you're shooting log and it's bright out, your shutter speed is going to be all over the place in video. And you want to have the correct shutter angle so that your video has smooth motion to it and it's not jaggy, it doesn't have like a weird look to it, it looks more natural. So whenever we come to the CPL filter, this thing, this is interesting. So you can take it and it rotates all the way around and it has a little white dot that you line up with a white line. And for the most part, that kind of shows you where it polarizes for, you know, water reflections and things. So if you set to this, for the most part, it'll be mostly accurate. And obviously you can adjust this as you need if you have like different angled reflections on like buildings or cars or something like that. I found it worked really well in that one spot right there on that white dot for water reflection. And it really helps you cut through the glare to see things under the water surface. Now, one thing you're going to have to think about with this, okay, is as you're flying your drone and you're going around doing your thing, you're not going to be at the right angle to have the CPL work perfectly every single time. So you're going to have to plan ahead at what angle the glare is going to be coming to the camera. So unless you're going to be using this a lot, I would recommend getting the other set. But if you're doing a lot of like landscape work for photo and stuff, this is really nice for photo work too. And just as a quick example, I did use this CPL filter for this picture. It's kind of awkward to show, but yeah, used it on that, and it really helped cut down the glare on the fog in the rising sun in the morning. And I'm pretty happy with this thing. And quick shout out, I got this print done at Walgreens. So if you're looking for a place that does really big prints, this is a 24 by 36. Turned out pretty nice. And when it comes to any like weird degradation to any of your video, the image quality, from like vignetting around the edges, anything crazy like that, I haven't experienced anything like that with these filters. Everything is crystal clear, very sharp, and I probably couldn't really get anything better if I asked. Probably the only cons I could come up with for this is the CPL filter isn't really for everybody. It's not as useful as you might think, and it's kind of hard to get the polarizer effect to work with every situation, because with a camera that you're holding and you're trying to, you know, get the polarizer right, you can sit there and, you know, finesse it a little bit and make it perfect. But when it's on the drone and you're flying around and you have no control on it, when it's in the air and you have to come back and land and adjust it and fly out and hopefully you got it right, those kind of things, it's not ideal for that. But if you need a CPL, it does work very good. Now, if you're interested in buying this set or the set that has the 3 ND filters, you can use the links in the description and it'll take you right to their website, and you could use the code MWPerspective to get 17% off any K&F item on their website. So until next time, happy flying and shooting. I'll see you out there.